Alright, so we're back with the only game where one wrong move can send your equipment flying off into the stratosphere. It's Farm Simulator 19. So, I've got some wood in the back of the truck. I feel like if I brought the wood like this to a forestry center, I would probably get shot. It kind of went in all catty-wonker, but it did work. The forks worked out fantastically, and it can pick up a huge amount of wood all at once. I would like to take a moment as we get into the truck to just sell this and see what it's worth in order to mention something about the dolly that's laying over here to my right. Now, some people had asked, can you hit this car? Yep, sure can. Nothing happens though. Jake from State Farm is pissed. Some people had asked, Gray, why did you put a dolly on the back of the truck when the truck is made to pull the trailer? Well, what had happened was, I was watching all these tutorials, or reading some of them, and people kept buying the dolly, and I think that they probably bought the dolly for the tractor, whereas I had the man truck and didn't need it. This is what happens when I cross-pollinate all of the tutorials, and I didn't realize it until after I had bought it, and I had two options. I could either let the dolly go to waste, or I could put it on the back of the truck and get a bunch of comments. Obviously, you know which one I chose. I actually had someone comment. They were like, Gray probably did it so that people would comment. Well, you weren't wrong. Efficiency isn't, oh, that was like 18 grand. Efficiency is not the name of the game here. I'm sorry. Although, what do I feel bad for? I'm working with real money here. I was looking at another thing. I'm just gonna drive right through your friggin' yard. I was looking at another thing. People be cheating in millions and millions of dollars. You know what? I'm gonna make my stacks the old-fashioned way, okay? With my own two hands. Watch. Someone had actually mentioned, they were like, Gray, why don't you just cheat in the money? Listen, all right, you gotta, maybe one day, you have to work a little bit legitimately yourself, okay? You gotta use the machinery, do your thing, and by the way, unless there's a way to get around this, when you grab the shaft all the way at the bottom, it doesn't like to cut. Let me show you. What you do is you shove it right up against the shaft, and then it'll tell you that the trunk is too thick. There it is. See this right here? Bull crap. That's what I have to say. All you have to do is just lift it up a little bit, and look at that, everything's just fine. So my plan today is to make a bunch of money and then buy something. I don't really know what I want to buy yet. I may have like a sheep farm or something to go along with this. Hey, oh look, I'm starting to flip all over the board. Fancy meeting you here, Tree of Destiny. Yes, why not? Go ahead, everything's fine. I had a couple people mention, in case you're wondering what the hell I'm doing, I'm just straightening this tree out because I have plans. I had some people comment, they were like, Gray, I know what you're talking about. I've flown all over the map in Farm Sim 2017. I'm glad that I'm not the only person that has destroyed physics. What's scary is that apparently this is a very common occurrence. Lies and slander. Oh, now you're okay cutting the tree. Oh, never mind, it's too thick. Bunch of crap. I found out how many trees we have here, by the way. We had about 102 freaking trees. So at 3,500 each, that's about 300 grand. Or 350, whatever. It's a lot of money, all right, for just a little bit of time that we had to wait. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on, baby. I put treads on you for a reason. There we go. This is my little sadness pile over here. Just a pile of dead foliage. This is where trees go to die. I can only imagine what these trees are thinking while we're doing this. That's probably someone's cousin or brother or something that we just cut up. Someone mentioned that this is what tree farms look like. I really had never seen a farm specifically made for trees. I don't know, it's just not something that we have a lot of over where I'm at. Got a lot of tomato farms, not really a lot of tree farms. I would have thought that the roots would be like too closely packed together or something. Over where I'm at, friggin' palm trees, you plant those things too close to one another, they start ripping everything out of the ground. Also, apparently someone works at a dealership that sells these things. They were like, don't worry, Gray. It takes a long time to get used to these machines. Thank you. Thank you for being so understanding. I can only imagine, though. I'll bet it's difficult. I know. Watching someone that's brand new to the game. Trust me, I know what it was like to watch people play The Long Dark that had never played it before. If you guys don't know what that is, you should check it out and play it on interloper mode. The first time I saw someone light a match and waste it just to try and light up their area so they could view things better, I almost flipped the lid. Jesus, Jiminy Christmas. That's a pretty big stack of wood. Mother Nature would be pissed. All right, let me just go ahead and bring yonder truck over on this side so I can just kind of grab it, shuffle it, and dump it in here, and we'll see how much money we've made. I feel like there's a better way to grab more wood all at once. If anyone you guys gotta understand, if anyone has like additional resources on ways that they've grabbed a lot of wood all at once, let me know in the comments section. It's one of those things where I feel like there's gotta be a better way, or there's gotta be a way where you can get like a ton of wood all at once. Someone had mentioned like just use the auto loader. I'm not using any mods right now. I don't even know. I get that it makes things a lot easier, but I feel like I should learn how to handle the wood correctly before I start modding in ways to make handling my wood trivial. I'm kind of curious how wood chips would do as well. I've seen some people say that wood chips make less money than the full tree, but it's like the lazy man's way to make money because all you have to do is just shove the trees into the wood chipper. I guess there was a mod that used to make it so that anything that you put in the wood chipper was like auto sold. All right, I feel like we've reached maximum levels of safety violations at this point. Yeah, let me go ahead and strap this down because I feel like if I don't, things that I don't want to have happen are going to start happening. Yeah, I don't know how that got pulled over there, but whatever. It looks real tight. The tension straps are doing a fantastic job. I'm gonna get this one on the back end over here too. Yeah, I'm sure it's not gonna go anywhere. It'll be fine. Let's see how much money this is. Yeah, sure enough, it's staying on the back of the trailer. I don't know how. I mean, the straps are just really, really good. There goes the sign. I don't know who's fixing these signs. Again, I'm not getting fined for it. It's probably because there's no police out here to be found. Actually, there's no one to be found. I just noticed there is no NPCs in this entire game. Like, no other characters. I saw some cars driving, but I didn't look to see if there was human beings inside. I shouldn't say that. You do get workers. There's just no NPCs, like, walking around. I feel like they should at least be wandering about to make the place feel a little bit more lived in. Oh, another 23 grand for old Gray. I'm gonna tell you, man. Money-wise, it's really not too shabby, considering the sheer amount of derpy disknowledge I have about all this. Just to make 51 grand in a short span of time. All right, I want to try something. I don't know if this will work, but I want to try it. Oh yeah, this works smashingly. Probably not the appropriate way to do it, but it definitely works. See, all you gotta do is just use the cab of your vehicle to aim the wood in, mother of God. Everything's fine. We're gonna be okay. I have a way to fix this. There you go. See? No big deal. Like nothing ever happened. All right, I gotta say, this looks completely safe. I'm sure everything. Can I get a restrainer on this one? I'm really curious if this is even allowed. Oh, look at it's perfect. Everything's fine. Everything's on the truck. No big deal. Part of me wants to know what would happen if I caught like another tree with this log sticking off of the vehicle or side of a house or something. I imagine it would eject our vehicle into the stratosphere. I don't want to try it because I've legitimately spent at least a little bit of time putting the wood onto the trailer, and to see it all go to waste, even in the name of science, would still be somewhat painful. If I could, I guess I could just put like one tree. Oh, you'll get stuck all right. I could put like one tree on all jacked up and then make it happen, but to lose the whole load would be somewhat painful. This is a pretty expensive crop. We're up to 66 grand, and we still have a lot of trees to go. Probably like 75 or 80. It doesn't matter how many trees I must slaughter. All the green from the trees will become green in our pockets. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to become really desensitized toward tree death. It's pretty horrifying. All this sadness. Where does all the leaves and the foliage go? I'm actually kind of curious. This tree is too thick for this machine. Lies! Again, so if you see that warning, don't believe it in the slightest. It's just the game messing with you. It's trying to stop you. It's trying to save the trees. See, that's how it's doing it. That's how the game is being environmentally sound. I feel like this is going into one of those machines. You know the machines where you try and get like the little stuffed cat, the claw machine? That's what this is. I'm just trying to grab as much wood in one shot as possible. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. This is my biggest one yet. It's like 5 pieces of wood, okay? I don't think I've done better than this. Come on, baby. Do it for Gray. Just one time. It feels like I'm playing Gold Rush all over again. Trying to freaking maneuver all this crap all over the place. Okay, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And the wood should just flop right inside like it's no big deal. Slide the forks out and there we freaking go. It's getting to be late at night. But quite frankly, it's never too late to make stacks. All right, this is starting to get a little precarious. I think we're done for right now. Let me go ahead and add some straps on this and pretend like it's gonna be, you know, well tied down. Maybe I'll put a couple extra straps on just in case. Yeah, that looks perfect. Oh yeah, there's not gonna be a single issue with us. Well, now if we hit the train, that might be an issue. But there shouldn't be a single issue with us getting over to the logging area. Okay, it's heavy enough to the point where it's legitimately slowing down the vehicle now. It's also getting to the point where the trailer is starting to wobble a little bit. I kind of wonder if using the dolly that we have, I can like double up on trailers somehow and move even more wood over to the lumber yard. All right, tell me what you got for me. What's the monetary gain over here? It's another 17.5 grand. All right, I'll take it. All right, so I've been beating wood for a while. And I need to take a break. We've made some cash. I think that we're gonna go ahead and do something. I can totally understand why people said to try forestry. Forestry is probably like one of the easiest ways to make money because you don't really do very much but like grow trees, beat trees, move trees, and sell trees. Like you don't have to do anything else. Like you don't have to fertilize the ground or plow it or anything. You just plant trees and then you put the game on high speed and you go out to dinner with your wife or girlfriend or something. And then you come back and your trees are growing and you've got like $2 million worth of money just standing around. But I think it's time to do something else. We have on our map of potency a large plot of land that we're totally not using a lot of. So like this is us right over here. If you notice, we have a big open area. So I think we're gonna put some animals there. I don't have a ton of money, but I think I know where I want to start. So just like little Bo Peep, it's time to oppress some freaking sheep. So I tried to look up how to care for the sheep. I've learned some things, okay? I don't know everything, give me a freaking break, but I've learned some stuff. So one of the very first things that we're gonna need is, looks like a watering station. How far am I allowed to move this? So you don't own that land, but do I own this land? So right about here, right next to the tracks. That's where I'm allowed to put something down. All right, fair enough. So now I need for a second, I thought that was like a Coca-Cola symbol on the side of that. Now we need a watering thing. Thank God it's not cost too much money. Yeah, we're gonna be able to move that with our giant truck, I would assume. So we're gonna need a way to cut grass. Does it really matter which one you get? Like this one's only 3.1, this one's 4. How come this one costs more? Does it do more? Obviously you can connect it with this. So, can these two be like added together? You see the little puzzle piece? See how this is the XED and then this is the XED? We're just gonna buy a small one for now, right? We're not gonna have like a million sheep and I can always sell it and buy a bigger one. All right, we need a tractor to pull it. Probably this one just because it's way faster than this one and it's only a couple bucks more. We're gonna do the drunken John Deere though. I saw that comment. Some guy was like, someone was drunk over at the John Deere factory. Yeah, it's like reverse John Deere. It's still yellow, it's still green. It's our thing, we're doing it. Do I really need a front loader? Cause we already have one. We could always add it, I'll add it later or something. It's just more money that we don't need to spend right now. I just saw it cost extra money to change the color. Screw that, I'm cheap for right now. It's gonna be red. Ugh, I lied. It's only one tree's worth. We'll frickin' do it. Mother of God, this is expensive. So I saw a thing where you need a foraging wagon or whatever you call it in order to pick up the grass. So I guess we're doing this. Okay, I've got my tractor. I've got my seeder. We should be getting pretty close to being able to make the grass that we need to feed the sheep. I'm down a little bit of cash. It's fine. I'll sell some more logs and we'll be right back on top, and then we'll be able to get our sheep going and have something else to make money on top of just knocking trees down all day. I think that's really why I'm doing this, because killing the trees would eventually get really boring. There just needs to be something else on top of it. Something I'm curious about, I know that wool comes out in pallets and normally you would use pallet forks. I wonder if I can use my log forks to move the pallets of wool instead. I ended up buying the front loader as well, just in case. It was another 1,500 bucks. I know. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for yet, but at least it's there in the future if we need this thing for anything else. I guess there's front use mowers as well, where the mower can sit on the front of the tractor and you can just put the forager on the back. This way you can mow and collect at the same time. I gotta figure out like which one does which. I bought the mower that supposedly has front capabilities. I'm just not 100% sure which tractor you're allowed to use it with, but I just wanted to have it just so that in case in the future I ever want to buy such a tractor, I can get one. All right, the grass is growing. We got a ton of weeds. I'm eventually gonna have to take care of this, but one thing at a time, all right? Oh God, you gotta take it to the limit with this thing. Oh my God. really catches some air, too. Oh, I'm so glad I bought this. It's so fast compared to, like, you know, just a tractor or something like that. Like, it's ridiculously fast. The off-road capabilities are pretty good, too. Hopefully, oh, looks like I'm not the only person messing around with a ton of weeds. Hopefully my guy cultivates the right area of the field correctly. He needs to stay away from the trees in order to make this work as good as possible. Okay, I should probably drive a little bit less like a psychopath because I have a feeling if I end up rolling this giant death duo of green and yellow and red sadness, I may not be able to pick the vehicles back up. Okay, I had to cut and sell a bunch more trees. The grass is basically ready. I've got everything hooked up. I guess the plan is I'm gonna hire a guy to mow the grass. I'm gonna pick it up, and that's how we're gonna feed these freaking beasts. And now it's time to put down the sheep area. Well, luckily I have quite a bit of freaking space for it. I guess I can put it right over here. And I want to kind of get it as close to this as I possibly can. I don't think I'll have any kind of issues or anything. I should have enough space to even put, like, more fields over here. Do I want it like that? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put it just like that. That's fine. All right, I took out a little bit of a loan to make this happen. All right, I don't care how it works. We're gonna have the sheep. Plus, I can repay the loan pretty easily with all the money that we make from trees, so it's not a big deal. All right, let's feed and then water these things and see what happens. Alrighty. Let you do your thing. Go ahead and mow the grass as you do. Looking good. Oh, it's mowing all the weeds, too. Ha! I wonder if picking up the weeds gets us any money. Well, not really money. I should say if it counts as more grass. I mean, it's a plant life. I don't see why the sheep shouldn't enjoy it. Okay, foraging unit activated. We should be able to follow this thing pretty quickly. Here we go. You have not completed your task. There is a lot more grass for you to mow. Keep freaking mowing, scumbag. In retrospect, this is a lot of grass I planted. I don't really know if I needed quite this much grass. Okay, we've got stacks of grass. Now I just gotta dump it off and get them fed. Let me see over here. Do you want it over here? Yes. Good. Yeah, drink the greenery, creatures. Enjoy it. Suckle upon it. All right, that's getting left there. Now we gotta put some water into these things. I assume you just throw this right over here like it's no big deal. And there you go. World's first tree farm and sheep land. All right, so now I guess they just start producing what they produce. It says productivity 10%, but I think that's because they're not eating their food yet. There we go. Productivity, 99%. That's what I'm looking for. All right, start producing my wool for me. Come on, start spitting it out. I don't know how long it takes them to actually do it. Oh, the wool has started to roll on out. We got 16 stuff of wool right now. That's how come the black sheep or the brown sheep, like all these sheep reproduce in different intervals? Is it because there's more of these ones? It looks like it. It almost looks like the more you have of the same type, like the faster they reproduce or something. All right, it's time for the moment of truth. Now I know for a fact that we can move our wool with the tree holster. Not really the most obvious choice for moving wool, but we can do it. So the question is, can I pick the wool up with the log grabber? Let me find out here. Now it's gonna take us a long time to get some wool worth selling, but I just wanna see if I can grab this. This is gonna be like the most awkward thing in the universe. I mean, it looks like it is. I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, it's like playing the crane game. Come here. Okay, that is a snug fit right there. So, well, guess what? Totally works. Like a glove. While my sheep are busy making wool, I've decided to continue loading up more logs because we might as well do two things at once. It is a janky state of affairs, but it looks like I can it looks like I can load wool and logs in exactly the same truck area. This begs me to ask the question, when I go to sell my logs, my wool won't like disappear and glitch out or something, will it? All right, here's the plan. Oh my God. I'm gonna go ahead and sell these logs first. And then after we're done selling the logs, can I strap all this in? It looks like I can. After we're done selling the logs, then we're gonna try and sell the wool. Oh, gods of wool and God, it's like every single bird in the entirety of Germany was over there or something. Gods of wool and wood, please let this work, because if it does, I'm gonna go ahead and load this thing up, and then we'll sell the wool real quick and just see what we get for it. All right, there's the wood, couple of bucks for that. All right, it's still there. What the hell? Some of the wood is levitating. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this. Nope, it's still levitating. There we go. Just had to shuck and jive it around a little bit. Hold on, there's 2 more pieces of wood. Fantastic. Honestly, no matter what I get for the sheep, it's like the easiest money I think I've ever made in my life. There's really nothing we have to do. We just give them some water, which just is there. We give them some grass, which we have frickin' plenty of, and that's basically it. And then to clean their area, all I have to do is run that thing across that little entryway now and again. I don't see a problem here. It's like a little money tree. That's all it is. All right, let's use the completely inappropriate tool to wrangle in the friggin' wool. I mean, honestly, I don't know. If it works, it works. You know what I mean? And it seems to work, so whatever. All I gotta do is kind of roll up on here. Crap. Okay, I think we're gonna drop this in a bit more toward the middle this time. Maybe like this right here. Yeah, that should work well. And now you just kind of open up the fork. There we go. Perfect. There we go. All right. We're probably not going to get a ton of money for it, but I'm just curious what we do. Alrighty, rope them down like it's no big deal. Perfect. Of course, the freaking spinnery is on the other side of the entire universe. What's new? So I'm just curious. The grass is completely regrown again. It says it's ready to harvest again. Do you ever need to buy more seed, or do you just plant grass one time and then it's good forever? I was just driving by the grass and I noticed it was all green again. I mean, that's fine. I don't mind like never having to spend more money on it. Maybe you get like a couple harvests out of it. I really don't know. I didn't like look it up to see how long and durable the grass is. I mean, that's realistic. We're not ripping it out of the ground. We're just mowing it. But for gameplay balance, I kind of thought they would make us keep planting it or something. That's just a statue of a cow. I mean, I know we're like a rural farm. Oh, there are people here. I had no idea. Mother of God. I don't know what happens if you hit these people. Like if you run them over or whatever. I knew we were like a rural town, but I didn't know we would have a legitimate statue of a cow of all things. All right. What do you got to do? How's it? Oh. Okay. So like $1,600 or whatever in wool for not really doing very much. That's not even, what is that, like a half a day? So on top of the wood and everything, we actually have a pretty decent way to double up and make money. So now I have something to do while the trees are growing instead of just like watching them grow. This was in fact probably the easiest money I think I've ever made. Just keep it kind of clean, throw some grass at them every once in a while, make sure they have water in their dishes, and you've got wool. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed this episode of Farm Simulator 19. Until the next time, stay foxy, much love.